Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your homework for Monday, February 10th. Today we began factoring, and this is the notes that I have for factoring with A equals 1. So today we did the diamond, we found our factors to complete the diamond, we wrote out the factors, and right now we are going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve for x. Now to recap what we did today, now you guys already have these filled in, but I want to just go through this one more time with all of you so that way you guys can see this. Is your first thing is to set your A equals, your B equals, and your C equals, your coefficients in front of each of your terms. 1, 5, 4. You set up your diamond. The top is A times C, the bottom is B, so A times C is 1 times 4, which is 4, and B is 5. So that means I'm looking for factors of 4 that add to 5, which is 1 and 4. And then we wrote out our factors, x plus 1 and x plus 4. The difference between factoring and solving is now what we will do is add an equals 0 to this. Now, so far we've learned how to solve this quadratic equation by graphing, and then we would find the x-intercepts, and those would be our answers. Another way of solving or finding the values of x that make this statement true is by factoring. So once we already have our factors, if we were solving, what we would do is write each of these terms out and then equal to 0. In order for this to be a true statement, this would have to equal 0, this would have to equal 0, or both of these would have to equal 0, because 0 times 1 equals 0, 1 times 0 equals 0, and 0 times 0 equals 0. So this is called the zero property or zero product property. So what we would do, and this is in our notes on the right side of our paper, is set each factor equal to 0. Now if you guys have room in your notes, you guys are going to do this. Maybe you'll have it at the bottom. So either x plus 1 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, or both of them equal 0. And we use inverse operations in order to solve. So we would subtract 1 from both sides, inverse operations, cancel the 1 out, and I'd get x equals negative 1. I'm going to do the same steps for this one. Subtract 4 from both sides, x equals negative 4. So these are my factors, but these are my solutions if we set the equation equal to 0. Factors are very different from your solutions. So x equals 1 and x equals negative 4 are my solutions, but x plus 1 and x plus 4 are my factors. So I'll do one more with you. Again, a equals 1, b equals negative 1, and c equals negative 12. I set up my diamond. The top was a times c. The bottom is b. A times c is negative 12. B is negative 1. Positive 3, negative 4 were my factors that multiplied to be negative 12 but added to be negative 1. B minus 4 and b plus 3 ended up being my factors. But now if I wanted to solve, I could set this equal to 0, this equal to 0, and then I would set both of these equal to 0 in order to solve for b. So either b minus 4 equals 0 or b plus 3 equals 0. And then we use inverse operations in order to solve. So in this case, I would add 4 to both sides, and so b would equal 4. And in this case, I subtract 3 from both sides to get rid of the positive 3, and I get b equals negative 3. So my solutions are b equals 3, or b equals rather negative 3, or b equals 4. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, is setting each of our factors equal to 0 and then solving.